Well, we had a whole bunch of fun last time doing the genre movie mashup. Let's do that again.
All right.
So this time I've got 2 movie ideas and Chris has got 2 genre ideas.
I have 2 specific subgenres via the Netflix.
All right, I guess I'll go first. I mean, all right.
What are your 2 movies?
So Doctor Strangelove. The other one is I just want to do any Batman movie.
My genres are American screwball comedy.
Ooh.
And
well, I guess that's already Doctor Strangelove, sort of.
And then the other one is vampire romance. I feel like vampire romance works best for Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, yeah?
Because Doctor Strangelove, the titular character,
okay,
could be a vampire.
He could be a vampire. So Doctor Strangelove with vampires?
With vampires.
Okay. And maybe a bit of romance.
And a little bit of romance.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Screen. I'm Andrew, and this is Chris.
Hey there.
So, Doctor Strangelove, the vampire romance. That's a tough nut to crack.
It's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure.
All right, so a few thoughts pop in. Precious bodily fluids. There's the precious bodily fluids line that comes up a lot.
Yes. That one general is obsessed with our patriotic and our precious bodily fluids.
Yeah, Jack D. Ripper, I think is his name. He's got a very good name. And so I imagine, is he a vampire protecting, or is he protecting our fluids from vampires?
I feel like he's the one that wants to protect our fluids, because he wants, that's like one of his things in the movie.
Right.
We got to protect our American fluids.
So I can't imagine it's as simple as the Russians are vampires. It's not about that. It's vampire love in the time of the Cold War.
It's learning to love vampires. It's Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Love Vampires.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's the new subtitle.
Also, would the vampires be immune to a nuclear war?
You see, you just mentioned something that I have a lot of too much knowledge in.
Oh, okay.
So vampires would love a nuclear war because nuclear winter is basically a blotting out of the sun.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be able to walk around during the day.
So I imagine there's some kind of romance, and it could be like this choice of like the vampire. If it's a human vampire romance, the vampire wants a nuclear winter, but knows that they'll lose their love if such a thing happens. Another thing I feel like we probably need to address in some way is that this cast in this movie is like all dudes.
Yes.
Now, do we change that up for a vampire romance, or we keep it?
We're going real gay with this one.
Okay, so
which I like.
So all the same characters then?
I think so.
Okay, so we have. So this is a forbidden love in a way, because Cold War era, I can't imagine General Jack D. Ripper would be too into a gay relationship on his team. It's sort of.
But I definitely think he might be the one that learns to love the vampires.
He'd be the perfect one because he's so against it.
Exactly, like his whole thing is protecting our precious fluids.
Does that mean that Peter Sellers' character in that scene, is he the vampire? Is Peter Sellers? How about this? Peter Sellers, all of his characters are vampires.
All of his characters are vampires. We could have this be a situation where at the beginning of the movie there's maybe one vampire, and as the movie progresses, more and more people have 2 bite marks on their neck.
We can't have see, this is the hard part. We've chosen the genre of romance and the genre of a collaborative an ensemble cast, and they don't really lend each other well unless they're doing a Love Actually kind of thing. Do we have all these romances? I don't think vampire romance does well with an ensemble cast. I feel like it needs to be the focus of the movie.
Yes, it definitely needs to actually be.
Wow, that's rough. What have we done? What if it's not technically a vampire romance? It's a vampire movie, but there is one romantic plot in there. It's not the main plot. It's not Twilight, but it's sort of in this vampire story, there's a romance.
All right.
Something like that. That could be a way to go. And it's about the dawn of the age of the vampires, because the movie ends with the world exploding.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 3 different places. We've got the war room, we've got the military base, and we've got the plane with the bomb on it. Is there one vampire in each place?
I'm trying to decide if we want to have, like... If the romance is happening, maybe it's best if there's, like, one vampire, one person... Mm-hmm. Or maybe 2 vampires. We have a vampire who's after love and a vampire who's after a nuclear apocalypse.
Okay.
So that way we could have... Dr. Strangelove can be a vampire who's working towards... a nuclear winter.
Okay. He sort of has, like, a more... active role in this version than he did in the original, because in the original he's almost sort of just like the comedy relief, maybe a little exposition, but in this time, like, he's behind the scenes, he's like pitting the Russians against the Americans. Okay, but now it's Cold War vampires, and the vampires want the end of the world. They want a nuclear winter because then they just live out in the open. There wouldn't be a lot of food though, would there? Maybe that's the twist. Maybe the vampires wanted to bomb Russia, and that's why they enacted Plan R, but they didn't realize about the Doomsday Machine, and now they've got trouble. Like at first it's like, oh good, but they're like, wait a minute, no, then we don't have any food. We'll just be, well, you know, all the people will be either dead or underground. Or what if the vampires have to stop the nuclear war? Like, that's like from the beginning. That's their... It's so the logic is that if you over hunt an animal, it goes extinct and you don't have it anymore. So vampires have been in the background for years, making sure that humans don't kill themselves. Like, this is like a whole new sort of, like, from the dawn of vampirism, they've been protecting humanity like we protect livestock.
We definitely want to keep Ripper not the vampire, because
right.
He suspects there are vampires, but he's just trying to do his job at the same time. Is
this a world where vampires are thought not to exist, and Jack the Ripper seems like he's a nutso, but he's correct?
That suits his character already. Like he's already nutso in the movie.
Yeah, and he's probably still is, but he just happens to be right this time.
Yes, he just happens to be right. And we want to make Peter Sellers the vampire, or one of his characters, or all of his characters.
I think at least for that pairing, that would be very funny, because he's stuck in the room with this guy who hates vampires. I think that'd be pretty good.
But he's falling for him.
Right.
There's something about him.
Yeah, there's something about him. I've got an idea, man.
Okay, all right.
So the war room. It's not the war room from Dr. Strangelove. It's a special vampire war room.
Ooh.
They're all vampires, and they're discussing what are they going to do, because the humans screwed up.
Okay, I like this.
And they got to call up their Russian counterpart on the other side.
And we can keep our one human as the president of the United States. He's been brought here... because they couldn't fix the problem in their war room.
Maybe that's right. And so instead of bringing the Russian, they bring in the Peter Sellers.
Yes.
Like, it's an alternate universe.
And this is where the romance is going to start blossoming.
Oh, okay, so the romance is here.
Yes.
Okay, in the war room.
In the war room.
Okay.
Like, they start making eyes at each other.
This is the vampire president and the American president?
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. So is Peter Sellers playing both?
Peter Sellers is definitely both characters.
Yeah. Okay, so Peter Sellers makes out with his vampire self.
Well, at some point during the
at the height, maybe after the bombs are dropping.
Yes, when the when the cowboy hat man is falling with the bomb and they realize it's over.
Okay.
Like that montage with all the bombs going off, it'll start fading into them kissing.
Okay.
They're having their passionate final embrace.
Okay.
Plan R happens. They lose communication with the plane. The ticking clock starts. All of that's the same. We have Ripper still there. He's talking about precious fluids. And when we get to the part in the movie where Peter Sellers says, there's no fighting in the war room.
Right.
When that happens, you hear a phone ringing.
Yeah.
And we had the red phone in this movie, if I recall, right?
Right, but it was gray because it was black.
Yeah, it was black and white.
but yes.
So he runs over to the red phone, he picks it up, but then he hears another ring. It wasn't that red phone. Camera pans. There's another red phone he's never seen before. Doesn't know where it came from.
Okay.
He picks it up, and we get Peter Sellers doing his best, like, vampire
Bela
voice.
Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi voice. Or just, like, Peter Sellers on the other end, and he's informed that this is the president of the Vampire States of America.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what are you talking about? I'm the president.
Yeah,
No, the vampires. I'm president of the vampires.
Yeah. They have to come out of hiding.
We've heard words that this is happening. We need you to come down to our war room.
Yeah.
I'm in the war room. No, downstairs.
It's in the same building.
It's in the same building.
Okay.
He opens a door he never saw before. There's like one of those fun like profile view of building where it's like a cross section.
Okay, yeah.
And you see him like going down flights of stairs that like are poorly laid. He's never seen them before.
Okay.
Cobwebs everywhere. He leaves the movie behind. Like,
Right.
Ripper's still up there. Dr. Strangelove is up there. He just leaves them behind and he goes down into a perfect reproduction of that room.
Okay.
With vampire versions of those characters,
Okay,
including a vampire version of himself.
Okay. So what does that mean? Like, are they like Twilight vampires? Are they like Nosferatu vampires? Like, what kind of vampires are we talking
I kind of want to go like sexy Nosferatu vampires.
Sexy Nosferatu, okay.
Which is a oxymoron if I've ever heard one.
It's a bit difficult, but I can imagine it.
You can kind of picture it. Like,
it's okay.
They're vampire. Let's go Anne Rice vampires.
Okay.
Like Interview with a Vampire. Like,
all right, so that's a sexy vampire.
They're sexy vampires,
Yeah.
but like, so we find ourselves with our sexy variants on all of our characters.
Right.
Because I just like the idea of like it's a perfect reproduction of the other room.
Yeah.
But now we have vampire versions of this guy.
We got sexy George C. Scott.
And that's where like the divergent moment in
Right.
these movies happens, because now our president has to learn of the existence of vampires for the first time, and they're like, hey, this is our lives too, like we rely on you people as a food source. You're basically cattle to us, which is probably upsetting to learn.
Right.
And now that I did all that good legwork for you, you should take
Well, see, the problem is now it's the same movie again
But
in
now they're
a different
vampires.
room with the same actors wearing different costumes.
And now they're vampires.
It's the same movie. We did Tom and Jerry and the Chocolate Factory. That's what we did.
Oh God, you're right.
We just took a movie and we put new characters in it and we told the movie again.
You're right. We have to diverge.
We have
more.
to diverge way more.
What I've set us up for right now can stay. Like if we want, that's pretty goofy. This has to be a.
I think we could go back further.
All right, go back further.
Is it a sequel to Doctor Strangelove?
A sequel to Doctor?
Maybe atom bombs cause vampirism.
Okay. So atom bombs cause. So this is no longer Doctor Strangelove, but there are vampires. This is following the events of Doctor Strangelove.
Doctor Strangelove is the only surviving human.
He's the only surviving.
Everyone
human.
else has become a vampire, and that's why the sequel carries his name.
All right.
So it's Doctor Strangelove and How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Doctor Strangelove 2, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Vampires.
Okay, let's move forward from here.
So the bomb goes off. He's the only one who makes it into the tunnel, into the mine shaft.
So this movie opens up with the montage of the bombs going off.
Yeah, like, the same song.
Like the same ending. Like picks up at that montage of the bombs going off. Fades to black and then like starts fading back in. We have rubble. There's like it's the ruins of the war room.
Right.
We have all of these dead Peter Sellersers
or vampire Peter Sellers. Oh well, yeah. For now.
All these dead people, and then like a piece of rubble is shifted out of the way, and it's our Dr. Strangelove, our mad German, like crawling out from the rubble.
Yeah.
Oh no, mein Gott!
Yeah.
So all dead. And then walking into this room, walking up from the flight of stairs that we never saw in the first movie.
Wait. So the vampire basement is still canon.
Still canon, even though we never saw it in the other movie.
Okay.
And that's where we get the vampire president, Peter Sellers.
Okay.
What happened?
So this movie is a buddy comedy / romance between Peter Sellers and Peter Sellers.
Between Peter Sellers and Peter Sellers, because we can't get rid of that. But now they're two different Peter Sellers.
So the bomb doesn't cause vampirism?
Shit, you're right. We want to go with the causes vampirism.
Like it could be Peter Sellers, the president, turns into a vampire.
Turns into a vampire.
Oh my god. It's like WALL-E now, because it's like the world's over, but we have the two lovers left alive. like the vampire movie.
Just like the vampire movie, Only Two Lovers Left Alive.
Yeah.
Which was a very good movie.
It was very good. Let's just recast that with Peter Sellers and put a bow in it.
Done. We did it. Good work, us. So we now have an America where everyone who is not in a mine shaft is a vampire.
Is a vampire.
Which means the human population consists entirely of Dr. Strangelove and everyone who worked in mines at the time.
Yes.
So all coal miners, all iron miners.
Right, and anyone in a refrigerator at the time.
Yes, so Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones is here.
He's here and he's not a vampire.
Oh, and it's like the 60s, so we could just get Harrison Ford because he'd be old enough.
It would work just fine. I imagine he would be anti-vampire.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
He tends to be usually fighting on the side of humans against supernatural elements.
This is Indiana Jones 6, Doctor Strangelove 2.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
We did it.
That's perfect!
We finally found a starting point for this conversation. It only took us 35 minutes, but we're there.
Oh my God.
All right.
So...
I'm leaning hard on the yes ands.
Does Doctor Strangelove and Indiana Jones, did they have a love story?
But they're both human.
That's true!
This has to be a vampire romance.
You're right. It's got to be a vampire romance.
See, I think what we do is it's a stealth Indiana Jones 6. Like, we don't advertise that up front.
Okay.
Because we're going to need an antagonist who's trying to break this romance up.
Is Indiana Jones the antagonist?
I think he's trying to stop the vampires.
Oh my God.
Because he doesn't know any better. Like, he doesn't realize it's the whole world that's vampires. He was just happened to be in the fridge at the time.
Can we have... All right, I got a great idea for this.
All right.
The movie starts with Indiana Jones waking up from a dream, and he's like, "Where am I?" And he sees he's inside a refrigerator. He opens the door, and King with the Crystal Skull never happened. It was all a dream. I was going to
say, King of the Crystal Skull is either all a dream or like we're also remaking that movie right now. Because it wasn't that nuclear test that happened.
Right.
It was Project R that was going on, and the Russian doomsday device. One thing we should choose is, does this open with Peter Sellers in the mine, or does it open with Indiana Jones? Like, what's our opening point? Because...
all right. I think what it is, cold open Indiana Jones.
Okay.
Then it's like, what happened? Title card, Indiana Jones 6, Doctor Strangelove 2, How I Learned to Separate and Love Vampires.
Yes.
Then it says, like, 5 days earlier, and then we see the end of Doctor Strangelove.
The montage, he's in the mine.
Oh, I got another great idea.
Okay.
This is so good. So it's still in black and white, but when the bomb goes off, color bursts into the movie. Like, the bomb causes the color.
All right.
And Doctor Strangelove, is, like, you see a shot of him watching, like, through a window. You see it on his like glasses, the sunglasses. You see like the an image of the atom bomb exploding the mushroom cloud, and that's color. And now his face lights up in an orange glow, and now the rest of the movie's in color.
I like that. My suggestion was going to be like it's all black and white, and then he takes off his sunglasses. And that's where the color.
That's a very good idea too. Like his glasses remain black and white. That's good. I like that.
All right, so we have Indiana Jones got in a fridge. Peter Sellers leaves the mine. And Peter Sellers probably wants to bump into Peter Sellers sometime soon.
Peter Sellers has to make out with Peter Sellers at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, we can't open with that. Otherwise, there's no story.
It's a romance.
It's a romance.
This movie is about them falling in love.
Yeah.
So,
the world's in ruins.
No
buildings are left.
Peter Sellers and Dr. Strangelove climb out of this place. They find out vampires.
President Peter Sellers, right?
President Peter Sellers.
Let's call it. I don't remember. What's his name? The president.
I think just the president would work.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I mean, if we got it, yeah.
You can look up his name if you want.
He's the president, but yeah. Merkin Muffley.
Merkin
Muffley.
I'm going to call him the president. For this.
President Muffley.
President Muffley.
They all have very funny names.
They did have
like
funny
General
names.
Buck Turgidson.
Turgid? That's such a terrible
and Colonel
word.
Bat Guano and Jack D. Ripper.
Wait, what are their names?
And
was
Major
President Batshit?
No. Well, it wasn't. It was Colonel
Batshit.
Yeah.
We leave the busted up war room. We go to the surface. We see it's a nuclear winter. People are turning into vampires. President Muffley's turning into a vampire. Dr. Strangelove He's like, well, my Führer, we have to go forward. Can't look back. We have to be vampire human nation now. I don't know what voice I'm starting to turn into here. It's like half Dr. Strangelove, half a Muppet.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go forward with this idea. They go to the White House and they start broadcasting with whatever's left and whatever still
radio.
works.
Is there anyone left alive or vampires?
If you see this, your president is now a vampire. I'm a vampire. I'm President Muffley. Welcome to Vampire America. Hey, if you're a survivor, come on down. Come on down to the White House. We're gonna do this together. Going forward, Vampire America. And Dr. Strangelove's there. I'm still human, but I love vampires.
Okay.
Maybe too much.
Okay.
And
he's starting to feel it. He's starting to feel.
He's starting to feel this vampire magnetism. He's not sure if it's the historical.
What is happening to me?
And Indiana Jones sees this and he goes, "Oh, those goddamn vampires!
Yeah,
someone's got to stop them. Vampires belong in a museum."
Right. He always wants to put things in museums.
And vampires are definitely something that belongs in a museum. So that's how we establish Indiana Jones sees this, and he's like, I gotta stop this. I gotta go to Washington. I gotta be a hero man.
Can I add one level of like meta to this?
Oh, definitely.
Can we have another cold open? Like before all of it.
I'm ready for a second cold open.
And it is Steven Spielberg.
Oh God.
And he addresses the camera and he's like, the script for Doctor Strangelove 2 was given to me by Stanley Kubrick, and like we have like a picture of them like at a party or something, and he's like, he told me you are the only one who could direct this. and then like he goes on and he's like, and naturally, you know, I didn't have it on my schedule. We were doing Indiana Jones 6.
We could really just take that part from AI.
Right. Yeah, it was AI. Yeah. We could
take
just
that bit for like
audio.
Explaining AI.
Yeah, and so that's why like Spielberg he would be the only one who could direct this movie. You know,
sure,
because he's the guy that you know Kubrick pointed to.
Yes,
because isn't he also doing like the Napoleon thing or something?
Oh right. I don't know if they're still going forward with it, but when they were talking about it, he was the one that was attached.
And he also does Indiana Jones.
Like, at this point, we're basically describing a version of a movie that exists on international cable and Rick and Morty.
Yes!
Like,
yes. Oh my God.
This would be written and directed by a duo of Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Like, that's the dream setup for me. But that would still be a cold open because that's what they would do. This is... This is Doctor Strangelove 2, Indiana Jones 6, How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Vampire, a Rick and Morty international cable movie.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
So deep. It's Steven Spielberg and Stanley Kubrick presents.
Yeah.
And then...
Do we want to talk about moments that would happen throughout this?
Moments.
Or do we want to just say, like, boy, we have a lot of shit that we pooped on the floor and we shaped it.
I mean, I feel like the journey from Doctor Strangelove to whatever this is the story.
Yes.
It's a documentary. And
oh my God!
And it's about what we just came up with.
All right.
It's about the process. What you're watching now is the documentary version of this movie.
Sweet Jesus!
It's sort of like that trailer for WALL-E. Like the teaser trailer for WALL-E, where it's like 5 of us sat together and one evening banged out Toy Story and Up and Bug's Life, and I think I've got how this works. This is a movie that keeps adding layers and layers and layers. We get to the center, and then we start taking the layers away.
Yes.
So it starts with Spielberg. It ends with Spielberg.
Okay.
Or maybe it starts with Rick and Morty. I don't know.
I mean, if we really want to keep this international cable.
But like... It starts, or whatever, like, the actual movie is, like, it starts with Spielberg, and it ends with, like, does he get, like, a cease and desist order or something? like, what happens? Does George Lucas come in and start tampering with the movie?
Oh, God. We don't have to stop. This
just
keep going.
Wait, I got it. I've got it.
Okay, all right.
Okay? This is the movie.
All right.
This is the movie. So George Lucas is sick at home. He's got a cold. He's not going into work, and Spielberg comes in, and Spielberg is played by Peter Falk.
Okay.
And he sits down, and he's like, let me tell you the story of Doctor Strangelove 2. And he's like, oh, Steve.
Oh god.
I don't want to hear your story. He's like, no, this is a good one.
You're gonna like this one, Georgie.
And he tells the story of Indiana Jones 6 / and then like George interrupts. He's like, wait, Indiana Jones is in this movie? He's like, nah, I'm not up to that part yet.
You gotta wait.
and so he keeps interrupting and putting his own spin on it. And it's like,
God.
Peter Sellers loved Peter Sellers very much.
I love that you got Princess Bride in here. That's deep. That's so deep.
There's too many layers.
Or not enough layers.
Oh my god.
This is a croissant of movies.
It's layer cake too. I think we should end this.
You're right. This relationship's been rocky for a while.
Show's over.
Our show too. I thought we could still work together after the divorce.
Fine. We'll keep the show going another week.
All right.
Well,
if you have an idea you'd like to see us just rip apart and just to flounder on for a while,
let us know in the comments. And I guess if you want to see more episodes like this one, or what this one was supposed to be, let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll see you next time on Screen to Screen.
Bye.
Bye.